Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Alathrix, and of course, welcome to the Federation's DLC. The DLC I have been looking forward to more than any of the others which have came out, because most importantly, at this point we now have the ability to build some of the largest vessels of all time, the Juggernauts, which is my main goal for this entire series, to get to that point, to own a Federation and own some of the most powerful forces absolutely possible. Now on top of this, there have been loads of other changes. As you can see here, we have the new origins, which I'm about to go over in just a second, and we even have some AI changes. Apparently the AI is now far better, and there's even some performance updates. So overall, this should be a load of fun. Now, there's a lot of changes in addition to all this, including just how federations work, but we'll get to those as we get to those. If I just went through every single change, we would be here all day. Though, I am definitely going to go through all of these origins briefly, because some of them are fantastic. Some of them used to be civics, but some of them are very, very unique and very new. So apparently I was in such a rush there, I didn't record properly, and instead of greetings, we have eatings. So, eatings everyone, let's go through these. First of all, we have the Prosperous Unification. We have 4 additional populations and 2 additional districts. Not particularly exciting, but a lovely head start. We have the Mechanist, which means 8 of our populations are robots. This is one of the ones which used to be one of the civics, so very powerful and just really nice to be there. We have Syncretic Evolution, once again, one we used to have before. Life-seeded, once again, and post-apocalyptic. Then it starts getting a lot more unique. We have the Remnants. Our starter world becomes a relic world. That alone is so powerful. Now, I haven't played with any of these yet, so I'm not quite sure about the details. Does this have the Spire on it, so it gives us free researcher jobs, or is it just all the other bonuses? I don't know. Either way, though, love that. We have the Shattered Ring. We start on a partial ring world, which has been damaged. The Void Dwellers, which I am very, very keen to use. In fact, I may end up using this as our first run today. We then have this one, which is very interesting. It allows us to start the game as a vassal of a fallen empire. On the upside, we're basically immune to anyone trying to attack us because our overlords will help us, but we're a vassal. Not exactly a nice start. Though I do think it gives us loads of other things as well. I've tried to stay mostly spoiler-free. I'm going to be playing a lot of these, so expect a lot of full playthroughs very soon, maybe even during this playthrough. Now for one of the more mysterious ones, the Galactic Doorstep. This civilization has a dormant gateway in their home system. Potential technological benefit, or a looming menace. Start with a dormant gateway in your home system. That one, I have no idea what's going to go on with that, and again, one I really want to try out. The Tree of Life, one I'm definitely trying out soon. This hive evolved in a symbiotic relationship with a vast tree. The tree grants them many benefits, but its loss would cripple them. Our hive gains many bonuses from living on a planet with a Tree of Life present, or penalties if it is absent. Colony ships are more expensive, but will provide new planets with their own sapling. Growing trees of life on every planet, that's just such a cool concept. On the Shoulders of Giants, we have an archaeological site related to a mysterious benefactor in your home system. Once again, quite mysterious. This one's interesting. Your lithoids. And, well, you fire meteorites at other planets in order to colonize them, damaging the planets in the process. Which is interesting, though you do get a massive crater on your planet to begin with, which gives you additional districts and mining districts. So, additional total districts and more mining ones you can use that for. The next one is nice and simple. You start with a machine world, and you've used all of your home system's resources to do this. But who cares? You have a machine world. This is insanely powerful. And of course, you need to be a machine intelligence to have this. And you cannot be a rogue servitor, since, you know, they have organic populations around. The next two are interesting. These are essentially the same, except for different types of federation, in that you start off instantly in a federation, and you have the federation tradition unlocked. And all of your guaranteed habitable world slots, which is the worlds which spawn near your home world if you have that active, are taken up by the Federation. So the other species, the other empires. That's really interesting. On the upside, instantly in a Federation, that's a really strong point to be in. Downside, you're going to be a bit stuck for space. I am tempted by this one, but again, probably in the future. Doomsday seems amazing. And this is another one I'm very tempted by today. For today. Now for something really interesting, because this is a challenging origin, apparently, and it is insane. Your world will explode in 35 to 45 years, but you get extra resources because the world itself is constantly spewing stuff from its mantle. So, on the upside, loads of resources. Downside, there's no guaranteed habitable worlds nearby, you simply can't have that. And after 35 to 45 years, if you've not made a new home and moved your population, you've basically lost the game. And finally, we have Lost Colony. An advanced empire of this species is spawned somewhere else in the galaxy. Nice and simple. And actually, likely my least favourite of all of them. I think for role-playing this will be really cool, but there are so many others I really want to do first. And I think for this run, we're going to be going with Void Dwellers, and we're going to be going with, as pretty much everyone I imagine is doing at the moment, we're going to be Xenophiles, and we're going to be Traders. Now there's two ways I'm considering going with this. The first way is this: Materialist, Egalitarian, and Xenophile. Normally, I go with one Fanatic, and I'm trying to avoid that at the moment since I find these to be more interesting. Or, rather than Egalitarian, go the opposite way, and then we can have Indentured Assets. That would be really nice for initial resources, but I'm going to be going for trade value over anything else. I so rarely go with trade value because I don't like the system as much, but I want to try and make it work because I never use this, and this is the perfect opportunity for it. So I think Egalitarian, because we just will not have enough owned populations working anything else other than clerk jobs, which don't actually get a bonus from that, so at least I don't think they do, and even if they do, not enough. So I think this is what we're going with. We are a trade league. Public relations specialists. If you can control what someone thinks, then you can also control their behaviour. This mega corporation has a virtual army of specialists ready to engage in battles of public opinion. 2 extra envoys and plus 10% diplomatic weight. Because I've never used envoys before, I think that's what I'm going to go with. So this is one of the new systems added when it comes to trying to make new friends, control your federation and all that. You will have delegates that you can send around. Again, I'm new to this system, probably going to make mistakes as we go, and I'm learning as we continue to play the game, since that's just how I tend to play this. We are instantly Void Dwellers, meaning our specialist population resource is plus 15%. Wow, really? That's awesome. And our workers also produce plus 15%. We have minus 10% population growth, however, so we're going with rapid breeders instantly to counter that completely, and we're going to be docile. We're going to be lovely, we are egalitarians, we care about people, we are the good guys. For once, I think I'm telling the complete truth here. I mean, I'm always telling the truth, but now I'm really telling the truth. We have docile, and we have, where's the opposite version of that? There we are, unruly, because now the Empire Sprawl also comes from populations. Again, the system has changed from how it used to work, where it was only how many systems you had, how many districts, and how many worlds/colonies. Now, large populations cause Empire Sprawl, but there are other ways to get rid of it, apparently. Now, we definitely want to be, where are you? Thrifty. Extra trade value. So, we have a problem. We do not have enough points for all of these unless I get 2 -2s. Ooh, non-adaptive. Would we even care about that with the habitat? But then do we have another -2 we could use? Yep, repugnant. That's actually fine as well. The reason is we're going to have so many amenities from so much trade value since I'm going to be turning everyone into clerks, most likely, and merchants. This should be perfectly fine. A bit less roleplay right now, but I really want a strong trade empire because, again, I don't go with trade empires very often, if at all. We are the Toad trading team. I never get to use the Toads, so here we are. I think it's time for a bit of alliteration, and we are from Trade Post Alpha, which will orbit our long-since destroyed world. Since we moved from our world to the habitats, I think that basically necessitates trade as the main source of income for our entire species. No longer do we have the vast sprawling plains of a planet. We now have habitats. Food is going to be difficult to come by, along with a lot of basic resources. But what you can always do is trade. Buy things for cheap, sell them expensively, and gouge everyone nearby as much as you possibly can. And so we are free traders, and because of this, and for many, many years of this, in fact centuries, we have become public relations specialists. We know how to sell things very expensively, even if they are utter tat. The Toad Tat trading team. The ruler, I don't really mind, since we're going to be swapping them all the time. Don't really have a strong attachment to any ruler. Oh, look at that colour. That looks kind of sickly. Kind of like it. Yeah, let's go with the sickly colour for the first one. That's absolutely fine. Now, when it comes to rooms, I'm kind of tempted just to go with the default one. I never go with this, but Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like we'd like to look as grand as possible. You know, make sure everyone's happy with us. With our lovely Hypnotoads. I'm thinking that. Yeah, that looks all grand and shiny. Ish. Yeah, let's go with that one. So there we are. The Toad Trading Team. Rapid breeders, docile and thrifty. Now, of course, we are repugnant because, well, we are giant slimy toads. Our first impressions are not always the best, but when you get to know us, you'll love us or we will not be kind to you. We are non-adaptive because we have lived in habitats our entire lives. Makes sense. And we are all about as much money as possible, and making everyone love us. War is not something we want. We are going to be peaceful 90% of the time. Now with the settings, apparently the AI is a lot better now, so I'm really curious about that, but we are going to be keeping everything as it is. Difficulty is still going to be maxed out. And the only thing I'm going to be changing is the end game start is going to be, rather than 2,275, it's going to be 2,300. This is still earlier than the default by a fair amount. In fact, the default is, yeah, 2,400, so still 100 years early. But it's not as early as before, because I do want this game to go a little bit further than usual, and I want to have a decent federation and all this other stuff, so that's how we're going to go with that. Everything else, let's have 3 fallen empires, since I find that more fun. Put difficulty back to where it was, thank you. And we are good to go. Medium world. I'll double check this one more time, and then hopefully we'll find some friends. And we're going to see just how Void Dwellers actually is. I'm really hopeful for this. It's something I've wanted to do before with console commands, so I'm so glad this is here. And so, here we begin. In the very corner of the galaxy. So first things first, let's have a look-see at our main habitat above our shattered world. It's always nice having a lovely view like that underneath us. Stage Trade Post Alpha, we start off with 3 habitats it seems, and of course we will have the tech to make more. Now I believe the habitats are essentially just the regular habitats, so if I go over here, yep, influence and alloys and lots of both. Mining station and a factory station, even though the mining station is the one with the civilian industries, which gets the bonus from being a factory station. So that's a little bit odd, but okay, we can work with all that. Our amenities are really struggling though, so what I'm going to do straight away is put everyone as clerks. At least for 1 month, just to see if that will solve the problem when everything updates. Extra tech, extra unity, and extra unity. Now, one thing I really want to see is this. We have the admin offices. Now, the admin offices will use consumer goods to give us additional admin cap. This is how we balance the fact that now our populations also increase our empire sprawl. And as soon as our empire sprawl is above our admin cap, we get negatives. Which can be really horrible because corporations get more of a penalty from all that. So that slows down our tech, slows down our unity, and just ultimately makes us very, very sad. So a bureaucrat, which will take 1 consumer good each, and then of course just the consumer goods they're normally consuming by being alive, and they give us 10 extra admin cap. That's actually quite a lot. I was expecting a bit less than that, but I guess, well, I don't know if you can even upgrade this building, so perhaps that won't be very much in the long run, but for now, we don't really need that. So I'm tempted to replace that with the culture site. The corporate culture site, which also gives us extra trade value, and thus more energy to play with, and gives us unity and society, because right now, that's not giving us anything. That's just consuming consumer goods, and giving us nothing in return. Ooh, we have research districts here. Apparently our planet is worthy of research, so what I'm going to do is the usual, just sell everything, get some minerals. I'm going to be changing the admin offices for a culture site. And having 3 of those would be amazing to start off with, but we're going to struggle to get new habitats. Lots of influence, lots of unity, so I think this really promotes a tool playstyle because we can get loads out of just a few systems. We don't really need all that many systems because each and every planet can end up with a habitat above it, which is insane in the long run, but we need the influence and we need the alloys, so anything which helps out those two, yeah, we want. I forgot how bad being repugnant can be. Oh look, a planet, which we're going to get absolutely no use for. Yeah, we have 0% habitability on all regular planets. That's not exactly something I want to use there. For now, it's just the usual. Now, we're getting loads of energy to begin with, which is great since all that trade's going on, so we're going to be using the market a lot. So much so, I'm tempted to go into diplomacy first, just to get open markets, and we can also get... Where are you? There we are. Insider trading, which is our market fee is reduced by 10%, so loads more trade value, and our market fee is reduced. Normally diplomacy is something I go into far later, but that would be nice as well if we do find some friends early on. An early federation would be interesting. Expansion is probably something we don't really care about, except for the extra population growth speed. Prosperity is something we're going to love. Prosperity, discovery, and diplomacy are probably going to be the three we really want. Although saying that, with harmony, we can increase our stability of our habitats, and our habitats are going to be fantastically powerful, and that would increase that, which is really good as well. It also reduces empire sprawl. Kind of want loads of stuff there. Now, we also have things like envoys, and again, loads of other changes. Don't worry, we'll get into them as we find them and run into them. I don't want to rush into every change, because where's the enjoyment in that? For me, I'm someone who likes to find problems as we find them, deal with them, and learn from them, rather than researching every last detail ahead of time. Now, of course, I will be doing some research to make sure I don't just miss something outright, but I'm going to try and avoid most of the spoilers. Okay, that's all stuff I really love. But yeah, really, really tempted by diplomacy. Just that open markets and insider trading is going to be so good for us. Now, with this factory station, I think I might instead turn it into a research station or a foundry station and make alloys or research, as you can imagine. Because we're going to really need alloys moving on. I want as many habitats as possible as fast as I can. I don't really want to expand all that much. Ooh, a bureaucratic centre. That's interesting. Admin capacity from bureaucrats is increased by 2. Bureaucrats' upkeep is reduced, and population ethics chance is reduced by 20%. That is really interesting. That hints to me that there is going to be more than just the admin offices, and we can do other things with that moving on. Okay. Very interesting indeed. For now, though, everyone already has jobs, so until we get some more people, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Oh, already found some alien life. Somewhere. Oh, is it just the world? It's just the world. Okay. I want to find some friends! Well, you know what? This may be the only chance, really, to use diplomacy first. I have never gone down the route of diplomacy as our first tradition, but there we are. Now, when it comes to our Ascension perks, of course, we are going to be going down the route of Voidborn. Voidborn and, where are you? The Master Builders. We definitely want both of those. Almost certainly going to be going with Galactic Wonders as well. So those three are already chosen for us. After that, things like One Vision and Technological Ascendancy are always fantastic for our first two. And then, don't really know. Universal Transactions. Commercial Pacts no longer cost influence. That might be really good if we have enough friends. Also, our branch offices are cheaper, which can be good, because branch offices can be really expensive, and of course that is for us being a megacorp. Oh, those are some really good scientists, and you're very young as well, so, you know, the whole won't be dead that soon. You're good, you're not as good, I'm afraid. You are being swapped out. You're going to live a long time, but you're not giving us a bonus right now, so I'm afraid we are looking at our short-term benefits at the moment, and you are not fired, relocated to a far more dangerous, less glamorous, and probably far worse paying job. Well done. Diplomatic stance. Okay, here is something else new. We can either be belligerent, making our war exhaustion again at minus 10%, so we can stay in a war for longer. Our navy capacity is plus 10%, and our claims cost 10% less. Not really our style. Cooperative, which is always lovely and good. We have diplomatic weight plus 25% in general. Our envoys can improve relations plus 50%, and we have minus 50% border friction. The ultimate good guys there. Sending an envoy to harm relations will cost us influence. Okay, this one to improve will cost. So they're both the opposite. That's interesting. Expansionist. We want to grow peacefully, but has no particular focus. Outposts are cheaper, our colonies grow faster, and 100% extra border friction. People will hate us. And this is our current state. This empire desires the facilitation of trade above all else. Diplomatic weight from economy, plus 25%. So, they'll see us, they'll see we're rich, and want to be our bestest buddies. Plus 10% trade value as a passive, which is fantastic, and plus 5 trade protection, which is when you are trading from one outpost back to your capital, it's less likely to be hit by pirates. And just by less. The problem is, with us building habitats, we're going to have probably just a core of habitats. Vulnerable to being attacked all at once, but far easier to manage when it comes to the whole, trade protection thing. So that's not particularly good, but the other two are fantastic, and we're never going to close borders, really, unless they are our rivals, which invalidates that, so that's perfect for us. Just keep that as it is. Lovely. And we're already producing a lot of energy. How much trade value do we actually get per clerk? Wait, we have no clerks on our capital? Okay, let's have a look here then. Hello, clerks. You're giving us 2.5. Not a huge amount, but still nice. Let's trade you from a factory station over to a trade station for now. Plus 20% trade value. Nice and simple. And more trade value. Now, bear in mind that lots of these bonuses, the extra trade value and everything, are not shown over here when I looked at the clerk. That trade value is added up, given to the capital, and then the bonus is included. That's why now we have plus 72 energy? That's lovely! Yep, definitely glad I went with diplomacy, and then with the market fee being reduced, we are going all out just trying to buy and sell things. I think what I'm going to do is add a culture site here, since I want more trade value. Oh wait, no, first that. Then we'll add a culture site once we have a couple more people. And they should also fix our amenities issues. I am really enjoying this already. It's so different, it's so weird to wrap your head around building habitats straight away. I love the concept.
Anomaly detected.
This is one I was so much looking forward to. So now we have more executives, which give us more amenities and more trade value.
Planetary
more unity.
exploitation forecast confirmed.
Yeah, our unity is going to be really good as well because of all these habitats. If we go down the route of having a corporate culture site on each of them, our unity is going to go through the roof. Which I'm very, very happy with, as you can well imagine. Ooh, that's got a new image to it. Lovely. Nothing too special there, just a little bit of extra engineering research, but still, looked very nice. Our market fee has been reduced. Now, if we really, really wanted to rush Unity, we actually could go even further. In policies, we have the trade policy. Now, currently, we just have it as wealth creation. Every trade value gives us 1 energy. Nice and simple. We could have it so every trade value gives us 0.5 energy and 0.25 consumer goods. Then we'll probably never really need to add all that many extra factories, which is nice. It's a very nice thing to do. Or the marketplace of ideas. This will half our energy, but for every trade value, we get 0.25 unity. And this is increased, of course, by our trade value being increased. That would be quite a lot of extra unity at the moment. So, from trade value, right now, we're getting 94. So that will be halved. And for every one we're currently getting, that will be giving us 0.25. So that's a decent amount, honestly. I think I'm actually going to go with this. Really rush all of those traditions. Now, I've done that before in the past. In fact, the last playthrough was really Unity heavy. But we've got so much energy coming in. I think this is actually okay to do. Yep. So currently we're at 26 once the month updates.
Another
50.
Technology
50 Unity. Now that may also be being buffed by that +2. Being boofed by that little bit of tech we just got then, but even so. That's a lot of Unity this early on. Yeah, 9 months until we get our next tradition. That is really good. And that's before we have the corporate culture site built. We've just now got this, our new executive. Do we really want these enforcers, or should we put them on something else? Currently, they're giving us... Well, they are giving us unity, but... we don't really care about the crime, because here's the thing. What I'd really love to do is bargain with the crime lords, which will give us extra stability. So, yeah, we're not going to have the enforcers right now, so turn those off. And that enforcer will become one of the
Resource scan
corporate
complete.
culture site workers. Went for trade value and energy, ended up becoming a unity person. So I think what I'm going to do with the Empire Capital Trade Post Alpha, we're going to have one more trade district, well, our first trade district, just to give us enough amenities, and then we're going to focus on the research districts. This is going to be our main source of research for now. This one over here, the current trade station, is going to become our alloy producer. Maybe this one. Actually, no. This is going to be for alloys and perhaps a few civilian industries here and there. This is going to be most likely almost purely for trade, and then consumer goods as needed, just as an extra. I don't think I'm going to have a dedicated factory habitat until I have more habitats. Really need alloys. I'm also going to change our current voice, because I do not like this one, the Ruthless Conglomerate. Let's go with Slick Corporation instead.
Don't let the baseless accusations of wrongdoing fool you. Our competitors are simply projecting their own insecurities. Here at Megacorp, we always put your future first.
Here at Megacorp, we always put your future
system has
first.
been surveyed.
Ooh, loads of trade value on those two systems. Lovely. So, might be worth having a trade outpost here just to grab those, because at the moment we can't. Once again, I can't remember seeing that, so just something I've seen before, but not with the new image. Have I seen this before? I think I have. Maybe I'm going mad. Sanity is for the weak and all that, after all.
Market outlier identified.
Oh, that's interesting. Rather than giving us an exact amount, this now gives us a percentage. Admin cap increased by 5%. I like that. And so we finish off diplomacy. Oh, interesting. We can instantly go with Voidborn. Of course we can. For some reason I thought we had to have at least a few of the other perks. So we can have 2 extra districts, and we have extra habitability. We're already at 100% habitability, aren't we? No, we're not. Yes, we are 100%. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, even with the non-adaptive. Wow, that is really min-maxy, I've just realised. I thought that would actually affect us and bring us down to 90%. Apparently it doesn't. So even though we are non-adaptive, because we have the habitat preference, we're still at 100% habitability. Didn't know that. Didn't know I was being so min-maxy there. Admittedly, I have made this empire as good as I think I can make it with the theme we're going with, but even so. One vision might be nice. Plus 10% unity. We're doing great for unity. This would rush it even further. Minus 10% population amenities usage. That is fantastic for us. It really is. I do kind of like Interstellar Dominion just because we're not going to have many habitats, many districts and such for such a long time. I think our Empire Sprawl won't be too bad. So grabbing loads of systems, not as bad as it usually is for this Empire. Even so, don't think it's worth it. Just something to think about. Realistically, these 2 are the standards you go with to begin with. I think I'm going to go with one of them. I think one vision to begin with, then technological ascendancy. Not sure where we're going next. Harmony is lovely. Extra stability so we get more of all of our resources. Our leaders live longer, which is great. And less food, and less empire sprawl. All really good things. That is less food consumed, not less food given to us. That would be kind of counterproductive. But then prosperity gives us additional resources from our specialists. Oh yes, city districts don't really have those. Or we do have them, the habitation districts, but... I don't actually know what I want next. Maybe discovery. Discovery, then prosperity? Extra research speed is great. Upkeep is reduced, which is great for us. I'm not sure. Bunker bot. More alloys and rare resources. Plus 10% research for 10 years. just for engineering, or loads of extra influence. Right now, influence, definitely.
Potential market survey completed. Incomplete.
Healthcare campaign is now active to further increase our population growth. That is really nice. 4 per month already, times 3. This may actually become an issue. I may overpopulate these worlds. These habitats. I didn't even consider that being a problem, but yeah, that very well could be a problem. Okay, so in terms of our empire as law, prosperity definitely works better. Because we're all about trading, it's what we do. But honestly speaking, I do not think it's as good for us right now than Discovery, because I don't think interstellar franchising will give us more clerks, because that's city districts. Our city districts just give us more housing. I don't think that applies to the trade district, which is more specialised. It might do, but I don't know if it does. How about everything else? I mean, this is good. Less upkeep, because these districts are quite expensive. They're 2 energy each. Then the main building is 5 energy, which is pretty nasty. And I believe that also works with the alloys they're consuming, so that's good. And in the end, merchants. But you need 50 population, which you won't get to for ages per habitat. It's just not as good as I thought it would be. So I think for now, Discovery is what we should go with. I think if I'd found another empire, I would have went with Prosperity straight away, because the law would just be too strong to ignore. But for now, Discovery is just so much better. Then we'll go into Prosperity, even though I think I'd much rather go into Harmony after that. Because we just have to. We're a merchant guild. It's what we are. Being a bit more min-maxy here than before. Also, how did I miss that engineering research? That was silly of me. I think I should build another science ship or two. Still haven't found our precursors yet, which is kind of annoying. Oh! Just found our precursors, the first league. Oh, that gives us a relic world at the end. Interesting.
Situation log revised.
Can we go on relic worlds? It'll be interesting to see what happens to our populations there. I don't fully understand the negatives of going on the planets. Is it just our habitability is terrible? Or is there some other modifier which will be applied? I don't know.
Situation
well,
log
looks like we're about to
revised.
find a relic world to check out a lot faster than expected. We just got the alien logs, which will lead us to the rubricator and the relic world there. Still not found another empire yet, but we have been staying mostly put nearby, so that's kind of to be expected, honestly. I'm hoping we find some friends. Realistically, what I want is a friend and a common enemy. That would be perfect for this gameplay. Tempted to use Map the Stars. Getting some more anomalies would be really nice.
Special project actualized.
Okay, is it close by?
Situation log
Yes, it is.
revised.
So change of plan for you. You are going to go straight towards that relic world, because I want to see if we can get on that planet. Or is it still a planet and therefore a big problem for us? I really don't know. And I am going to build a trade station here. Although it's only going to be for 6, so for 11 trade value, that's still a bit of extra unity. And we are going to need some anchorages eventually anyway, so just one trade station needs to grab both. Oh no, we're going to make it have 2. That way we can also grab this. So change of plan. We're going to build it here instead. That way we can have just one trade station that will grab both of these. So 4 trade value there, 6 there, 5 there. And that'll give us more unity and more energy.
Has
Oh,
been
hello,
surveyed.
hello, hello. What are you? We found aliens. They're reptiles like us, so that's a good start.
A system has been surveyed.
Okay, we need to make a second construction ship. That came from here. So I think there's an empire in this area. We need to get that relic world. Because if they're an enemy, I don't want them having it. And I want it anyway, but especially if they're an enemy. I don't even know if we can use it because we're Voidborn. But I can't let it end up in an enemy's hands. So I can't talk today. I've literally just got back home on a side note, so I'm very tired at the moment. Trade Hub, that's what it's called. Yep, Trade Hub and then an anchorage. So now I'm actually glad I have some trade protection, because these two systems are going to be really annoying otherwise. Oh, we have found a fallen empire right next to us. Well, that's going to be blocking us off. On the upside, that may provide us some safety, but I really want to find some other empires at the moment. Ooh, hydroponics bays might be really good for our
Upscaling
empire,
complete.
since I don't really want to build all that many hydroponics farms. So I might end
Market
up going with
outlier
that.
identified.
Oh god, they're already right there. And they are... Ooh, okay, you are materialists. Like we are. And we are xenophiles, so you should like us, right? You will soon. We're a new contact, which is the problem, but other than that, all is well and good. So, how do I use envoys then? That's the next question. Oh, look, it's all new. That's interesting. Yeah, this is all different to how it used to be. Okay, it's a different UI. Harm relations or improve. Definitely improve, obviously. Sending an envoy to actively improve relations will increase their opinion of our empire on a monthly basis. Oh, lovely. You're all skill level 1, so I'll send the youngest of you so, you know, you don't die on the job. You! Go. Can we send more than one? We can send more than one? I mean, I really want these to be our friends. They're also soldiers, so, you know. Interesting. Now, I don't know if this will actually stack, so I'll leave 2 for now, and then we'll see what happens if we add more later. Okay, so the problem is, they're not going to like us for our border friction we're about to cause, and... yeah, that's pretty much it. Why are you not finishing off this? Finish off that, please. We need to grab it.
Research actualized.
Okay, got our first factions, that's good. How many factions?
Upscaling complete.
We have 4 starter factions? Oh, of course, because we don't have a fanatic in anything, do we? Off-world trading, that might be nice. Turn a lot of our stations into trade stations. Or more research, that's good as well. I'm gonna grab that. Because I never grabbed that early game. Again, just keep doing things I don't normally do. Wait, is no one there? Grabbing that. Oh, no, one of you is good. Okay. Okay, construction vehicle. You're gonna do a bit of a jump here, bud. Actually, no. Do that, then you can jump afterwards. It'll cost us less influence in the long run. That's
Potential
great.
market survey completed. Potential market survey completed.
Okay, so improve relations plus 2 per month. So let's send another. Let's send all of them. Because why not? Yeah, plus 5 per month. That is lovely. Yeah, you're gonna love us soon. You're currently receptive. Okay, I want a commercial pact desperately, so I think I'll just wait. There's no point in bribing you right now because soon enough we're gonna be the very best of friends. You are belligerent though. Okay. You're not going to be our bestest friends ever there. Well, you will eventually, but you're not naturally compliant to all this. Okay, you can grab that. You're already on the way there.
Upscaling complete.
Science vessel, do a bit of searchy.
Incoming inquiry.
Lovely, you asked us to form a commercial pact. Ooh, once again, a new layout for this. Obviously, I would love to make a commercial pact. More trade value for me, which means even more unity. And now I can start building branch offices. Just need a bit more energy for that. That's fine. Let's just go with you. Yep. So that's producing us some energy. Fantastic. And there we can choose some of the usual stuff. Ooh, a corporate embassy. Corporate empire modifier. Diplomatic weight from economy. Oh, lovely. So this again makes them like us more because we're rich. I like that. Money is the way into everyone's hearts. Produces consumer goods at the cost of energy for me and gives them clerk jobs. Or I could go with the standard, which is these ones over here. This one here gives an extra branch office value, so just more money, and gives them a merchant job. And this one just gives a lot of energy and gives them amenities. But I am tempted by that, just... that would solve our current problem with consumer goods. But I do like energy. But I do need consumer goods. There you go, have some free clerks. We get some consumer goods for a low cost of energy. Everyone is happy. Now, our empire sprawl is about to be too high. So now it's time to rebuild the admin offices. Wait. Can I build more than one culture site? You never used to be able to do that. Hang on a moment, if you would be so kind. You can build more than one culture site. Okay, that didn't used to be a thing. That's awesome. More managers, more unity, trade value, and society. That is really cool. Well, I have learned something. But for now, more admin cap. And you, I would like you to have more alloy foundries. And at this point, I'm going to swap you into a foundry station. Because I want more alloys and I want them now. So I'm assuming then you can also build multiple admin offices. It's not a unique one. Of course it doesn't say one per world. I just wasn't paying attention. Because I never do. So then, back to our trade station. So, what should I build next? Another corporate culture site would be pretty good, honestly. More unity, more science, and more trade value. It's a really good deal. Or I could really rush the science a bit more and go with the research lab. Or I could start getting some more alloys. Although we do already have a foundry station, which is going to focus almost solely on alloy foundries now. And since we do have the branch offices, we are going to be able to get a lot of consumer goods off-world. And maybe even alloys off-world. So I think, realistically, either the corporate culture site or research. Tempted by the corporate culture site because, again, it's lots of trade value and it's pretty much everything we want. And I've never been able to build more than one, so that's really cool. Research agreement. Yeah, I mean, anything to make us more friendly to them. Eventually I would like to form a federation with them. The problem is, they don't naturally want to. If I look at form federation, -20 because of what they are, the imperialists. And then the base is -50. At the moment, we're nowhere near friendly enough for this to really even going to happen, but eventually I would like to, so I want a non-aggression pact. I'd actually like a defensive pact. If we have a militarist defending us this early on, that's a fantastic start. So I definitely want that. Probably building the branch office soon as well, even though that's a new world, so it was much early on, but still. Okay, let's go with that. Still not sure I want to build here. I think I will go with corporate culture site just because, again, I've never been able to spam them before, so it's something new and interesting to me, and I am very easily entertained by things like this. More managers.
Outlier identified.
God, the Toads are a boring people to talk to at this point. We're just managers and corporate people. It's just... oh dear. We like our money and probably very little else. Let's grab you two and move over there. Okay, you're going with that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Honestly, this has been a really good start. Ooh, trade value.
Incoming inquiry.
Form non-aggression pact. Yes, that's going to cost us some influence. But yes, once again.
Market
ooh, good. Now they're
outlier
friendly.
identified.
We can instantly form a defensive pact, which is great if we so choose. We're almost as friendly as can be. We're currently... oh, wow. Look at the relation levels. Okay, so the points here have been changed drastically. It's looking like, to be really good with them, we need 750. See, plus 96 used to be really high, but apparently now it's significantly less significant than before. Still, though, yep, I want a defensive pact. 100%. I don't care that it costs us. That is a fantastic thing. Let's put down a hydroponics bay here. Oh, actually, we could wait until we have off-world trade. No, let's go with food. For now. Are all of you happy? My god, they are. Synth envy? Oh, because we found the Fallen Empire. Darn it, the Fallen Empire is making these people sad. Asserting dominance. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Why do I even have a militarist? Sorry, a how do I have a xenophobe group? I'm xenophiles.
Upscaling complete.
We love aliens. It's like our shtick. There you go, we can start making robots now. Do we want robots? We don't need that much. Okay, until we have way more alloys, our population is going to become a problem eventually. Still going to go with it though, because it unlocks other things. If I want to go down the route of being cyborgs, I can. I don't think I will, I'm not really in the mood to go down the cyborg route, so I think I'm probably going to go down the genetic route. Though cyborg is really good as well. I'm not sure, so tell me what you think there. But for now, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's video. I've just looked at how much footage I have, and already I'm seeing a problem with editing this down to anything less than an hour. So, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. This has been a lovely start, and I think we're going to be able to show off a lot of the new elements of the new DLC fairly quickly, so I am so happy with how this turned out. And I am loving the changes thus far. Hopefully, I'll keep on enjoying it, continuing on. Or maybe we'll find things we hate. We'll find out as we go. So thank you so much for watching. And until next time, goodbye. I'll be playing this very soon.